What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here for the last video of the night, which is going to be American Horror Story 1984, Season 9, Episode number 2, which is titled, what was it titled? Mr. Jingles, you guys. So, without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and just jump into the video, because this was a very good episode to me. So, let's talk about it. Alright, you guys, so at the camp, we see the doctor who works at the hospital, at the mental clinic, that Mr. Jingles escaped from last week. So her name is Karen Hopple. So she goes to Camp Redwood, and she is looking for Margaret. So she finds Margaret. She tells Margaret, like, hey, you know, Mr. Jingles, she called him by his name, Mr. whatever, what was his name? His first name? Something Rickles. She calls him by his name. She says, you know, Mr. Jingles. She says, I know who that is. She's like, well, what I need you to do is you need to shut down this camp. And Margaret's like, oh, no, that is not going to happen. We are not shutting this camp down. I am not running from him. And I'm like, what? So she's telling you a deranged killer who tried to kill you 14 years ago, and you testified against him, broke out of prison, technically he broke out of the hospital that he was in, and he's coming for you, and you're saying the kids are still going to come and you're still going to open up the camp? Yeah, something's wrong with Margaret. Margaret's elevator, it might ding, but Margaret's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, if you know what I mean. Like, there is something wrong with Margaret. And then Margaret pulls out a gun talking about she's ready for him. Okay, Laurie Strode with this one gun. See, in the Halloween movie, at least Laurie Strode had a whole arsenal ready for Michael Myers. You have one gun. What the is one gun gonna do to him? You do realize that most killers in these instances are superhuman, right? So what is that one gun gonna do to Mr. Rickles unless you're gonna go for the head? This is not Scream. So Mr. Rickles gives me a vibe of Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees. It is next to impossible to kill Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees. So good luck with that one, sis. Good luck. So then Karen leaves, and as she's leaving, she's driving down the road and boom, hits something, and she has a flat. And out of nowhere, a tow truck just pulls up behind her. I'm like, girl, why would you let that window down? Because she cracks the window just a little bit. I'm like, hello, open that fucking door and take off running. Like, take the hell off running. But no, she lets him come on the side of her, on the side where the tire blew out. He takes something out of the tire. He walks up to her door, and you know, he tells her, he knows that she's been following him, so he busts the window. He pulls her out. He in her head and kills her. I'm like, well, Karen, you kind of had that one coming. Like, you literally sat there for that one. Like, you had ample opportunity to get the hell away from him, but you let Mr. Jingles kill you. See, Dr. Loomis would never. Dr. Loomis was smart. I don't know what Karen was, but Karen was stupid. Because Dr. Loomis, man, rest in peace with Donald Pleasance. Like, rest in peace to that man, because he gave us everything with Dr. Sam Loomis. Michael, damn you, Michael. Like, I love Dr. Loomis. Dr. Loomis was my guy. Like, you know, oh God. Like, I sat here last weekend after the first episode, and I watched Halloween 2. I don't have, so let's have a little discussion about Halloween. It's going to be a small discussion, it's very small. Like, when it comes to AMC Fear Fest, like, I love Fear Fest with everything in me because I love horror movies. But when it comes down to Fear Fest on AMC, they always show Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which is the worst in the franchise. I don't know what Mustafa Akkad was thinking about when he made that damn movie. He should have scrapped it and got rid of it. He should have never even sent it to the movie theaters. He should have said, you know what? I don't know if fans are going to like this, so we're just going to kill this movie. He really should have killed that movie. He could have killed Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. I mean, I watch Curse of Michael Myers, but I don't really care for The Curse of Michael Myers 100%. It's like one of my least favorites of all of them. Yeah, it's one of my least favorite. It's not my favorite. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it at the same time because that whole premise of the movie for oh god, that whole premise, the whole premise of that movie is really kind of stupid to me. Just being honest. No offense to anybody who might like that movie. No offense, but we're gonna get back on subject of American Horror Story. So stick around. All right, so back at the cabin, we see the others. They're having a good time. Brooke, however, is still not having a good time. So Brooke, she looks at the news, and on the news, they're talking about the gas station. The man he's been murdered. So they're wondering if the killer is the same. If the person who killed the man at the gas station is the same person who's going around killing people. You know the what is his name? The Night Stalker. And I didn't even know this last week until I saw some other people's videos that the Night Stalker was a real thing. Now I'm 30, so I might have been like a little bitty kid when the Night Stalker was happening, so that's probably why I don't know a lot about it. But they literally make fun of Brooke because wait a minute, yeah, they make fun of Brooke because she's talking about the Night Stalker. She's like, he's here to kill me. They're like, so which one is it? Is it the Night Stalker or is it Mr. Jingles? It's both. Like, that's who it is. It's both. So, then Margaret shows up and she's like, what are the boys doing here? You guys need to leave. You're not supposed to be here after dark. And go take a shower. I have strict rules that the guys shower at night and the girls shower in the morning. I'm like, ew. Wouldn't you want them to shower at the same time? I mean, like, send two boys at one time, then send the girls. Like, why would you want them to shower at different times? So at night, the guys are going to shower, but when they wake up, they're going to be dirt. They're not going to be as clean. Like, Margaret is so weird to me. Very weird. I just don't understand Margaret. So then, once the boys leave, Montana is trying to cheer up Brooke, and she's giving us some stories about her life that have absolutely nothing to do with anything that Brooke has been talking about. Brooke is talking about a killer trying to kill her. Montana's talking about how she went to fat camp, and I'm like, Montana, what the hell does fat camp have to do with anything with this killer, Mr. Jingles and the Night Stalker? What does it have to do with anything? Oh, that's right, nothing. But I like Montana. Montana is my girl. Montana is my girl. So then we see, so Brooke gives a little flashback about her life, and we go back to last summer. So we see Brooke, she was supposed to get married last summer. She made it down the aisle to the altar. But when she got to the altar, her fiance thought that she had slept with his best man the night before the wedding. And Brooke was like, oh no, I don't like, how I feel about being alone at night. So I just asked him to come over and stay with me. And he slept in the living room, but fiance, I think his name was Joey, he didn't believe that. So Joey turns around and pulls a gun on the best man, shoots him dead. Then another man hopped up to try to stop him. Joey shoots him dead. And then Joey turns around and kills himself. I'm like, well, good God damn. He was serious about that. So Montana's like, well, dang. So you slept with the best friend? She's like, no, I did not sleep with him. I literally had him come over because I was afraid to be alone. She's like, I don't believe you. She's like, no one ever believes me. And then, to try to cheer her up, Montana tries to give her a kiss. And Brooke's like, back up. I'm going to have to go get some air. So, yeah, let me do that. I'm going to catch you in a few minutes. Now, the boys, on their way to take their showers, they're trying to bet on who they're going to bag. One wants to bag Montana, one wants to bag Brooke and Son, and then they're like, well, who do I get to bag? You can bag Margaret. And Xavier is talking about leaving that creepy old man looking woman alone. I'm like, really, Xavier? That's what your type is? Okay, if you say so. So then we see Margaret's old Looney Tune behind. This fool shuts off all the lights in the camp while they're getting ready to take a shower. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Why would you turn off the lights? Like, there is literally something wrong with Margaret. I don't know what it is, but there's something wrong with her. So then we see Xavier dips out for a little bit because he had to go get a towel because he's like, where's the towels? Where the little soaps at? And Trevor's like, this is not a resort. This is not a spa. So he's gonna go get his towel. So as he's going to get his towel, he's kidnapped by a guy named by the name of Blake. He says, "My boys don't call me that." I'm like, his boys. I'm like, are you a pimp? Are you a pimp? Are you a pimp? Because I'm about to say I'm madam, but nah. Are you a pimp, basically? And he's like, okay, daddy. I'm like, oh wow. So he is like a pimp to you, huh? And Blake is talking about how he found him and he's basically helped him. So we also do find out that, you know, Xavier has done some gay porn. He's like, I'm not gay. He's like, you're gay for pay. And Xavier's like, I want to take this acting thing seriously. And, basically, Blake tells Xavier, you'll do exactly what I say. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to send this video to all your friends, the people at your job. Whoever, I'll even find your drug-addicted mother and send it to her. And then Xavier's like, well, how about if I find someone to replace me? And I'm like, who is he going to get to replace him? And then it dawned on me. I'm like, oh, my God. He is going to try to replace himself with Trevor, who has the supposed long dick. So then we see them in the shower. We see, Ray, Chet, and Trevor in the showers. And we see an eye in a peephole. And it is none other than Blake looking at, he's looking at Chet. He's looking at Ray. But mostly, he is looking at Trevor's dick. And I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, I wish somebody would really just kill him. And right when I said that, right in the back of his head, Mr. Jingles stabs the hell out of him and kills him. I'm like, what you get, you perv? That is exactly what you get. You got what was coming to you. All right, so next we see Brooke. So Brooke is out there on the lake, and she's sitting down. And as she's sitting down, a dead body just floats right by her. And that was, what was her name again, y'all? What was the woman's name? Karen. So that was Karen's body. I'm like, oh, so he just threw her body into the lake. Okay. He ain't got no kind of respect for human people. So then she turns around, and who is there? The Night Stalker. She's like, how did you find me? He's like, Satan led me to you. I'm like, oh my God. Ryan Murphy and Satan. Like, Ryan Murphy has I don't know if he has a fascination with Satan, but God, every season is something with Satan. And so, then he tries to kill her. And I'm like, oh my God. So then, she starts taking on front and, she's screaming. This time she didn't fall over it. I'm like, thank God. Like, don't trip over a leaf. But while she's running, the Night Stalker, he gets hit by roadkill. I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. Where did roadkill come from? I thought roadkill was dead. And we're gonna get into roadkill. Like, I thought roadkill was dead. Like, literally. We saw last week, oh, that makes a lot more sense. Wait a minute. Because last week, when Brooke went to the room, the infirmary, she saw him hanging on the door. But when they went back, roadkill was gone. So roadkill is not actually, roadkill is technically dead. Wow. They got to explain a lot with roadkill. And we actually got a name for roadkill. And I'm going to stop calling him roadkill once I get to the part where we get his name. So then we see Nurse Rita. She is stocking the meds. And then she hears Mr. Jingles there with those keys just a jingling. So then, Brooke is still running from the Night Stalker. She runs up to the payphone. She picks up the payphone. The payphone has a busy signal. And then Montana's behind her. And she's telling her, he's here. He's here. And the Night Stalker, that is. And then, we see the Night Stalker. He's up there. He's behind them looking. And then roadkill shows up again. And this time he was like, but I thought I killed you. Because, mind you, he slit his intestines and they open. And now he's like, but I killed you. So he stabs him again. But this time he has a badge on him. So he takes off the badge. And then we hear Ray. He's screaming for help. And he's talking about Jesus Christ. They're like, please stop saying that. So then they see, they see a dead Blake. And, they want to leave because they think it's a Night Stalker. But then Trevor notices, y'all, this is not the Night Stalker because his ear is missing. And who takes the ears out their dead people? That's right, Mr. Jingles. I don't know why I whispered that, but it's Mr. Jingles. So they're like, you know what? Let's jet the hell out of here. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge. So they take off running. All right, so y'all, there is literally something wrong with Margaret. I don't know what it is, but there's something wrong with Margaret. So Margaret goes back to her cabin, and she finds a Night Stalker there. And he tells her he wants to know about the counselor roadkill. And so we find out the Night Stalker's name is Richard Ramirez. He says that he killed roadkill not once, but twice. And then, because he showed her his badge, she was like, wait a minute. He's been dead for 14 years. So then we get the backstory on the Night Stalker. I just couldn't get past how creepy the Night Stalker is and how creepy Margaret is to even listen to his backstory, because I'm like, these two right here, there is literally something wrong with these two people. Margaret is she is a few crayons short of a full box of crayons. Like, her elevator is just something off with Margaret. I don't know what it is. There is literally something wrong with that woman. And the fact that, which I forgot to mention, when she was talking to the counselors earlier about taking the showers, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. So Karen just came and told you that the Mr. Jingles has escaped, but you're not gonna tell anybody anything. Like you're not gonna give anybody a heads up. So you just want people to wake up dead. I know you can't wake up dead, but you just want people to be, wake up. Hey, there's a serial killer right here. Oh my God, what are you about to do with that? And die? Yeah, there's something wrong with Margaret. And she tells the Night Stalker that everything happened to make him the man that he is, to bring him to her. I'm like, huh? Again, there's something wrong with creepy Margaret. Creepy as the hell. So then the others, they run to the van, and they have a hard time. Xavier has a hard time starting it up, but he finally does get it to start up. And once he does get it to start up, he takes off in it. And then that's when Nurse Rita comes, and he swerves and hits Margaret's car. So then Nurse Rita tells him that Mr. Jingles is back. He was in the infirmary, and she was like, I dipped the hell out of there. So they're like, okay, we need to get out of here because the car is messed up. So Rita has her own way of getting out of there, but a lot of people won't fit in there. And then Trevor has a motorcycle, but it only fit one person. So they're like, okay, where are the keys? Well, Rita says her keys, well, actually, Trevor's keys are in the cabins, and Rita's keys are in the infirmary. So now they have to split up into groups to go find the keys. I'm like, that is the number one no-no in horror movies. You don't split up. You stick together. But we're going to move on. All right, so then we got creepy Margaret. So Margaret is in the woods, and she finds Roadkill, whose name is actually Jonas. And she is just like, wait a minute. You're dead. And then he looks at her, he's like, I recognize you. He says, oh, you're Margaret. He's like, so, she's like, so what year do you think it is? He says it's 1970. She says, no, you've been dead for 14 years. And, well, he says he thought she was dead. She says, no, I'm alive, but I think you're dead. So she asked him, well, like, what was the last thing you remember? So he said he remembered running. He saw her, and then, he saw a lot of blood. He was like, you know what, I shouldn't have left you there to die, because he thought she was dead. So then we see that he ran to the street, and when he ran out to the street, he got ran over, like he got ran over by the others, and he got ran over by Mr. Jingles, who killed him. I'm like, well, damn, Mr. Jingles ain't got no kind of respect for nobody. Like, zero respect for nobody. Like, he killing kids, And that's the number. I've never saw. Well, has Michael Myers ever killed a kid? I'm trying to think. I don't know if Michael's ever killed a kid. He might have in his last one, but I can't remember. So then we have the others. They go to the infirmary, and nobody wants to go in there to get them keys, but they eventually do go in there to get the keys. And once they get inside, they're not able to find Nurse Rita's keys. Now over in the other cabin, they do find Trevor's keys, but the episode ended with, we see the Night Stalker, but we don't really see what's his name, Mr. Jingles. But we do see at both doors, the doors are rattling, so someone's trying to get into the door. So I'm assuming it's the Night Stalker at one door, and it's Mr. Jingles at the other door, and that is actually where the episode ended. So far, you guys, episode 2, I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. Let me know what you guys think about it. So like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, and I will see you guys later. And also share the video.